This is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, here with another Friday Reads on a special Friday, my birthday. So we plan to celebrate this weekend with our grown sons and their girlfriends, and that should be a lot of fun. In the meantime, my husband and I have been enjoying Big Book Summer. As a reminder, this is the annual challenge that I host every year. The idea is just to read the bigger books on your shelf or on your list, or whatever you've been meaning to get to for a while, whether it's a classic or a contemporary novel or a brand new bestseller. A big book is just any book with 400 or more pages, and you set the goals yourself. So you can read one big book during the summer, or two, or however many you want. I usually pick a stack at the beginning of the summer that I can choose from throughout the season. And the challenge runs from the end of May all the way until early September, Labor Day in the US. So you've still got plenty of time to join the fun if you like. There are lots of different ways to join, but the details are all down below. I'll include a link to my intro video and also a link to the challenge page on my blog where you can sign up. So I hope you'll join the fun. So this week, I am into my 7th big book this summer. Audios count too. And this one is Blackout by Connie Willis, who in the past couple of years has become one of my favorite authors, and my husband too. Last year for Big Book Summer 2020, he and I both read Doomsday Book, another of her novels. Now these are both in her Oxford time travel series. Personally, I love any novel related to time travel or any kind of time-twisting plot, anything that plays with the concept of time. I just find it endlessly fascinating. So these are all set, and there are a couple of others. This is a series sort of loosely. It involves kind of the same setting, but you don't have to read them in order. So Doomsday Book, which we read last summer, involves going back to the 1300s. So that was way back. The whole series involves a group of historians in Oxford. It's the near future. Time travel technology has been perfected and is pretty standard now. And so if you're studying history, you travel back in time so that you can observe it firsthand. So these are all set in Oxford, featuring a group of historians, basically grad students, who are going back in time to study history. Like I said, Doomsday Book was set in the 1300s. A historian went back to that time. This book was it was the best book I read last year and one of the best books I've ever read. Just gripping, suspenseful. My husband loved it too. So the one I'm reading now, Blackout, as you can probably tell from the cover, it deals with World War II. So here, the time travel program at Oxford has grown so much that there are a bunch of different historians, all going back to different times and different places. And the technicians who run the program, in fact, are having trouble keeping track of it all, getting everyone scheduled. It's becoming pretty chaotic. So as Blackout begins, there are a bunch of different historians all going back to World War II in England. So there's a historian who is posing as a servant in rural England, helping with the children evacuees from London. There's a historian who is posing as an American reporter who's gone back to Dover to witness the English side of the evacuation from Dunkirk. There's another historian who's been sent back to London in the middle of the Blitz. So the historians each choose what they want to study. The woman who's gone back during the Blitz is posing as a shop girl, And, her role there is to observe ordinary people during this extraordinary event and how they coped and what it was like. So it's exciting right from the beginning. There's a lot of different people in a lot of different places, a lot going on. But then problems start to crop up. It almost feels like the time travel system is overwhelmed or something. Issues start to occur, mistakes start to be made. And so there's a tremendous amount of suspense. It's very gripping. And of course, most of it is set in the midst of World War II in England. So there is a lot going on. The historical facts are fascinating. So as with all of her other books in the Oxford Time Travel series, I am absolutely loving Blackout. I hate to set it aside when it's time to go to bed at night. And as you can see, got maybe a quarter of it left. So it's one of those books that you both hate to see end, but also can't wait to find out what happens. So that's Blackout by Connie Willis. On audio, I have just started a brand new audiobook, After the Flood by Cassandra Montag. This is also a big book. Audios count as well as ebooks. Anything that's 400 or more pages in print. So this will be my 8th big book this summer. This is a post-apocalyptic novel, and I have literally just started it today, so I don't know a whole lot about it yet. The basic premise is that it's roughly 100 years into the future, and the sea levels have risen so much that not only have the coast been flooded, but the heartland of the U.S. as well. So what's left in North America is an archipelago of individual colonies at the tops of mountains. So as this begins, it's in the mountains near Vancouver. The central focus of the novel is a mother named, Myra. I did just start it. A mother named Myra. She's got a 7-year-old daughter named Pearl. So their lives right now are just focused on surviving, getting through each day. As with most post-apocalyptic environments, the best of humanity is not showing here. There's a lot of things to be wary of, a lot of dangers out there. Plus they're just focused on, basic sustenance and shelter. So Myra has also been grieving for the last 7 years, ever since her husband kidnapped her older daughter, Ro, and she has no idea what happened to them. She's looked everywhere as well as she can under the circumstances and can't find them anywhere. So at the beginning of the novel, Myra and Pearl are just trying to survive. At some point, Myra hears about a rumor that Ro has been spotted in an encampment up near the Arctic Circle. So she and Pearl set off on this very difficult trip to see if they can find her older daughter. So far, even though I'm not very far into the novel yet, the author is creating a very vivid picture of this post-apocalyptic world. There's already some suspense because of the dangers inherent in this place. And I mean, I'm only one chapter in, but it's good so far, and I can't wait to see what happens. So that's what I'm reading this week. What are you reading this weekend? I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. And please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Also, if you're interested in the Big Book Summer Challenge, it's not too late to join. So check out the information below, and I hope you'll join the fun.